What's up, Lindas? Today I'm going to be recapping the premiere episode of Drag Race Brazil Season 2. I predicted earlier this year that this would be my favourite season of Drag Race in 2025. And after this episode, I don't know. It wasn't bad by any means, but it didn't blow me out of the water. I have a lot to say, so without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said in my France All Stars recap, thank God there was an option to not hear the dubbing. In my opinion, Portuguese is one of the most beautiful languages, and I will be damned if they're going to deprive me of hearing it. So the queens enter the workroom one by one, and I gave my top two to Desiree Beck. As she said, they really saved the best till last. But not everybody was as happy to see her as I was. Ruby Knox, in particular, said she's held a grudge against her for years, and that she's not going to win this season, just like she's never won any other drag competition she's entered in the past. Ouch. At that moment, the adorable drag queen enters the workroom. She says the winner will receive a year's supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills cosmetics, a crown and scepter, plus a cash prize of 150,000 Rai. Guys, just bear with me, my pronunciation this season is going to be rough. So to kick off the season, the queens will be participating in a mini challenge titled Who Has the Best Head? Or Who's Got the Best Head? It's all about Drag Race trivia. I love this, they did this on Mexico Season 2 as well. The girls are split into teams of two, the Caramel Bitches and the Donkeys. It's a knockout game involving several rounds until there's one winner left standing. I got most of them right, but a lot of them were tricky. Don't forget that the first season of Drag Race Brazil was a couple of years ago. Melody Queen ends up winning the mini challenge, and I'm so glad because she was in my top 3 pre-season, and seeing her in this episode, I definitely made the right choice. And speaking of Melody, as the Queen's D-Drag, she shows off her fabulous tatas. Girl, you better work. So for this week's Maxi Challenge, the queens will be performing to Drag Queen's hit, Boogie Brazil. They will need to learn choreography for the number. And I want to quickly touch on something Neuropalm said about how they wish that this episode had also been a talent show to go along with All Stars 10 and France All Stars. And I have to agree because the choreography was really rough in this episode, but we'll get there. As the queens prepare, Poseidon opens up about how her father doesn't know that she does drag, but will find out once this season airs. It must be so nerve-wracking not knowing how your parents will respond to something like this, because we know there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not the case for all families. I mean, at the end of the day, all we want is our parents' approval. I do wonder how her father has responded since. So on the main stage this evening, we have the fabulous drag queen. And honestly, this is one of my favorite looks of hers, hands down. I love how her eyeshadow matches the gown that she's wearing. I just love her in dark hair. It just suits her so well. We also have Dudu Bertolini, Bruna Braga, and extra special guest judge, Blogueirinha. So it's time for Boogie Brazil, and the queen that stood out to me the most was Melody. Confidence that radiated off her was insane. I could not take my eyes off of her. I would not want to go up against her in a lip sync. Everything was working. The outfit, the dancing, the performance abilities. She's just a star, and that's how I felt about Organza in episode 1. So category is Brazilian Spice, and I gave my top 2 to Ruby Knox. I diehard love this. This was absolutely the best look of the evening. This is perfection. So it's time for the judges' critiques, and imagine how gagged I was when Melody Queen was made safe. Safe? Are you joking me? She stomped all over that damn stage. And as we see later, Melody was also pretty gagged by this. First up is Paula Hoffman Van Cartier, and whilst the judges loved her look, they said that she faded into the background in the performance. She needed to bring the same confidence and energy that she brought to the runway during the performance. Similar to Paula, Poseidon Drag is also told that they didn't bring the same energy that they should have brought on the runway, and that the outfit she wore in particular during Boogie Brazil was pretty dull. Chanel is in the top for her infectious, bubbly, positive attitude during the performance. And I have to say, I love this queen so much already. She is adorable. She is so cute and so sweet, and she has great confessionals. Her runway was almost my top toot as well. I really like how the white stood out against all the colors that we saw. Ruby Knox is also in the top for nailing everything. The runway look, the performance, the charisma. I had to watch this performance again and ignore Melody just so I could take in everybody else, and when I did it the second time, I really saw the stardom that they saw in Ruby Knox. Next up is Belky. They love the references that she brought to the runway. But as a former self professed dance teacher, they were expecting a lot more in that department. She tries to explain it away, saying it was due to time management issues, but Greg isn't having it. She's like, "You had the opportunity to show your skills, and you chose not to take it." Last but not least is Melina Blay. They absolutely live for her makeup. In fact, Dudu Bertolini says it's their favorite mug of the season. She was also a lot of fun to watch and had a great runway. I mean, she has a house on her head. A house. In Untucked, Mallory expresses how frustrated she is at being safe. And I have to agree, there was nothing safe about what she did on that main stage. Belky continues to express her annoyances in Untucked about time management and being last in line, and Malaji automatically jumps to the defense, confident that Balki is referring to her. She says she already diminished herself to give the others a chance to shine, and she's never doing that again. Balki says that she wasn't referring to her, but it was just a heated moment. Because I think for Malaji, she realized that if she had actually given it her all, she might not have been safe. Back on the main stage, everybody is made safe except for two, Ruby Knox and Melina Blay. At that moment, it's revealed that nobody is going home this week. Instead, it will be a top 2 lip sync for the win. They lip sync to Funk Rave by Anita, and it was fine. It was nothing amazing. I do think Ruby did better, but honestly, I was a little bit disappointed. Sure enough, Ruby ends up winning the first maxi challenge of the season. Next week is a design challenge, and the special guest judge will be Fontana. I'm so excited. Guys, what did you think of the premiere episode of Drag Race Brazil? I'm happy to be back. It's been a long time since season 1. But I was a little bit let down. After watching France All Stars, I was just like, okay. I also really wish Malaji had been top 2 of the week. But give me all the tea, and I'll see you very soon with another recap.